The Kimura from guard. It's probably one of the first moves you ever learned in Jiu Jitsu, but probably when you're rolling, you never are able to hit it. And it's not because it's a bad move, it's not because your instructor's not teaching you the right way, it's probably because you just missed a few details that actually get it to work on good guys or whoever you roll with. By the end of this video, I'm gonna show you exactly the setup, how to finish it against anyone in the world, any size, and let's get started on that right now. So the Kimura from the guard, bottom guard. I need his hands to be on the floor. If his hands are here, I'm never gonna be able to come up to get around this arm. When his hands are on the floor, it leaves a pathway for me to come up to one side of his body and now start to work my two arms against his one arm. The reason the Kimura is so effective is because it's my two arms should be stronger than one of his arms. So how do we get his hands off of our belly and onto the floor? The easiest and most effective way that I've ever seen is the way I do it here with the blades. We take our fingers, we come underneath the wrists and make them be seen in the center. Not here, but inside. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wipe them off of my body. I know he's gonna try to come and bring them back on my body before his hand's at the floor. So what I do is I call it the torpedo method. I follow, wherever it goes. Guys, take a quick break from the video. I was just checking my analytics just now, and like 90% of you watching this right now are not subscribed to my YouTube channel. What is going on here? Subscribe, please. It's the best thing you can do to help me grow and to spread Jiu Jitsu. So subscribe right now. Back to the video. So what I do is I call it the torpedo method. I follow, wherever it goes as I pull my legs in. So slow motion, it looks like this. He's gonna try to bring them back. I follow until they hit. So in real time, even if he's defending a little bit, it's the use of your legs and opening up of his hands and pulling him in and not letting him bring the hand back. So I could just do this, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave them in there and block until they're on the floor. Once they're on the floor and his chest is touching my chest, I'm gonna take my hand, I'm gonna push his head to one side as I put my armpit to the other. So it looks like this. This motion right here. So if his head's in the center, that's no good because I can't come up while his head's in the center. If his head's already to one side, it makes my decision easy. I just sit up and I get on my elbow. But if his head's in the center and he's strong, it's two things. Push and put my armpit over. Open my legs for just a second, but when I open my legs, don't just keep them open so you can pass. Keep your knees kind of tight, get on your elbow and kind of turn onto this hip. The first thing I want to do, and I want to do this immediately, is hook that arm. Most people, and this is not terribly wrong, but most people grab the wrist and start to come up for the Kimura, and as he sees me come up, he's going to rip his arm free and get out. I don't want to scare him by grabbing the wrist. The first thing I want to do is get his hands flat, push his head off to one side, and immediately hook right as high to the shoulder and armpit as I can. Not down here, where he can rip his elbow free, but right here. Rip your arm out. Now he's stuck. And look, I glue my elbow tight to my body. There's no way he rips his elbow free. Now I can take my time and find the wrist, okay? And I like to do it with thumb from the bottom. Some people do no thumb. I like to do with thumb from bottom, no thumb here. I just feel stronger on the grip here. So once I lock him in, now I take my time, I swivel, look, just a little swivel, hand grabs mine. If you have shorter arms or he has longer arms, the trick is to slide your bicep down his tricep. Okay, so here I need long arms. Here, I don't need long arms. Now I could lock it, all right? So once we're here, my next step, if he's smart, he's gonna drop all of his weight on this hand. All right, so go back. Just drop some weight right there. Just drop the weight, yep, right there. If his hand is glued to the mat, I can't pop the hand off to get the submission. The counterintuitive thing that he thinks he might be able to do is to try to rip it out. If he tries to rip it out, he just gives me the Kimura. What he should do is keep his hand glued to the mat. So what I'm gonna do to combat that is this. I'm gonna go elbow, hip, elbow, hip, elbow, hip, until it blasts right through his wrist. So watch. Elbow, hip. Okay, so my hip is getting closer to his hand. Elbow, hip. Elbow, hip. Look, his hand's coming up. Elbow, hip. And once I get all the way over and his hand comes off the mat, my left leg is gonna go over his back. I'm gonna swivel my head to 3 o'clock. Okay, so perpendicular. I don't wanna be here, because if I'm here, I'm doing a pull-up to try to finish. Bicep is not strong. Push is strong, so I get behind it. I glue his elbow to my chest. I push his wrist to his back. And now I'm behind it, I could push this up his back. Push. And you don't need to do much. The elbow's glued and everything's tight. I'm pushing, and I could also use my body and turn. Guys, let's take a quick second from the video. If you're loving this content, I have an online academy. I can only show so much in these short YouTube videos, but in my online academy, I have 16 of my best-selling courses where I go into full detail on all the positions, all the submissions. I teach live classes. I do live breakdowns of different matches and tournament matches. It will help you get your jiu-jitsu way better, way faster. I guarantee it. Click the link in the description and check it out, and I'll see you on the inside. So again, his hands are on me, hands come under, follow, boom. Push the head, come up, get on your elbow, hook this arm as fast as possible so that if he tries to rip out, he can't, and now that's when I lock up my grips. Okay, you can do no thumbs or thumbs, but I prefer thumb down here, no thumb here. Just feels stronger. Elbow, hip, elbow, hip, elbow, hip, elbow, hip, until your hip literally bulldozes the hand off the mat. And now look, this is terrible. A lot of guys try to finish here. They're like, doesn't work. Swivel. Leg goes up nice and high. Why? Because I don't want him to do a forward roll. If I just do this, he forward rolls out. So that's why my leg needs to stay over his back. Hook, grab, hip, hip, hip. Get behind it. Glue the elbow to the chest, everything tight to your body. Wrist goes to back. Turn the body for the finish. If he's not tapping, he's got flexible shoulders. I turn and then look, I push. Nobody's that flexible. And we get the tap. So these are the little tiny details that make the biggest difference. Maybe your coach showed them and you missed it, or maybe he didn't show them, and these are the details that make it actually work on really good opponents. I hit the Kimura all the time. It's one of my top submissions. I finish it all the time from bottom, top, wherever. Implement these tips and you'll start getting the Kimura as well. If you like these videos, check these other ones out that are recommended.